patron has spoken. Carlos from Tortuga is over there. Facebook.com/Studio One Live if you'd like to cook up some authentic mix. Where's the burritos, Carlos? You know?
I think they're in between United States and Texas over there.
Okay, we'll get to that a little later on, you know. Now then, talking of eating healthily seems like a no-brainer. The healthier we eat, the healthier we are in mind, body and soul.
Unfortunately not, because too much of a good thing will hurt you, and obsessing over what you eat can lead to a condition known as orthorexia. Let's find out more from psychotherapist Dr. Jared Alden. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
An unhealthy obsession with otherwise healthy eating, to me, it sounds like a dream come true, because I can't get over my pizzas and my pastas, but this is a serious condition. Tell us a little bit more about orthorexia.
It is something that a lot of us can relate to. We all want to eat well and eat in a way that's good for our health. A person with orthorexia becomes almost their only focus. There's a great deal of obsessive ritual in this, and they tend to view foods as either clean or dirty or healthy, unhealthy, and it really becomes their only focus.
But people out there will be reiterating what Ash is saying. I mean, what is the big deal here? If one could understand if the obsession was unhealthy, yes, and the obsession here is being healthy.
Yes.
But that can also result in being unhealthy.
Absolutely so. The trouble with this is it becomes quite an extreme focus. And as we all know, we can't eat in a very strict way all the time. And for a lot of us, if we have a pizza, say on a Thursday night, we just go, oh, I'll eat better tomorrow. But for a person with orthorexia, this can often send them into a binge, where they'll eat in a very extreme way, they'll feel bad about it, and go back to a very extreme diet the next day or a day after.
What is the kind of negative effect that eating overly healthy, as we mentioned earlier, can have on one's body?
Well, what it does is very often a person with orthorexia will have they'll believe that, say, fat is bad for you. And we all know to an extreme degree it is. But in moderation, we need fat. In fact, our brain is made up of 60% fat minimum. Some scientists say even more. So sometimes they focus on an ingredient that is essential for our health.
Is this an eating disorder or not?
It is often not traditionally, no. So an insurance company wouldn't recognize this diagnosis. But it is unique. There are people who actually focus not so much on weight, like say an anorexic would, or focus on extreme eating like bulimia. They really do focus on healthy foods, so it's a useful term.
How does someone get orthorexia? I mean, who are most susceptible to this?
Well, certainly those of us who are worried about how we look. Really, it's very common amongst those of us that live in cities, who travel a lot. We're confronted with a lot of unhealthy choices.
So there are people out there that we're going, okay, I think I know somebody that might be borderline, or they might even be thinking it themselves. So what questions should people be asking themselves to define whether or not they are orthorexic?
Well, take a look at could you go over a friend's house for dinner without checking in advance what they're making? Would you be able to go visit a friend's mom and just eat whatever was given to you? Do you spend a great deal of time shopping for the right ingredients? Is there a whole category of foods that you won't eat, like say carbohydrates? How much time, how much money do you spend on it?
So say you have been diagnosed with this condition. Is this something that you can treat on your own, or do you need to seek professional help for this?
Well, of course, most people who suffer from this condition have tried to modify it themselves. And very often that doesn't work, I'm afraid. Psychotherapy is useful not necessarily always focusing on the eating, but perhaps the stress that surrounds a person who eats like this.
And in terms of recovery,
Mm-hmm.
once the condition has been recognised, once you've made that admittance to yourself as well, one's assuming that somebody can make a full recovery from this condition.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yes. What makes it a challenge is we all have to eat, and so we're constantly confronted by it. If you suffer from, say, an addiction to alcohol, this can be completely avoided. Food, we can't. So there is some challenges to that, so the recovery tends to be a little bit slower.
Well, Dr. Jared, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. More on orthorexia if you'd like to find out more details, and if you'd like to get in touch with Dr. Jared, log on to our Facebook fan page where you can find all the links, facebook.com/Studio One Live.
Yeah, indeed. Fascinating. A new one to me, that one. But thank you very much indeed. We'll take a short break. Now, what's happening down at the Middle East's largest street theatre event? That's coming up next.
After